All right. So I feel like we'll get started. I have a bit of housekeeping at the beginning, but might as well get going and keep everything on schedule here. So welcome everyone to our spring open house. This is the session for the commercial cannabis program. So I'm just going to start with a land acknowledgement before we get going. So Niagara College acknowledged the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous peoples. So my name is Dana Brown. I'm a student experience coordinator here at the college and a graduate of the event management program. So I'll be your moderator today. But this session is all about the commercial cannabis program. So that's what it's going to be about. We have a great crew here today. Thank you, Bill, for repping our sweatshirts. So that's what this session is going to be about. So this program specifically, but it doesn't mean you can't get all your questions answered. We have lots of different things going on today and a whole range of people here that can probably get most of your questions answered. So we just have some little reminders on the screen right now, but you can ask questions in the chat or put them in the Q&A box. If anything's related to the program specifically, we'll just wait till the end of Bill's presentation to ask him the questions specifically about the program. If they're related to anything else, myself or Fernando from International can answer as we go, but we'll leave the program related sessions to the end so you can get all those questions answered by the experts. So we have some.
Can I just ask, Dana, does it have to go in the chat? Can they open their mic and just talk as well?
At the end, yeah. So if you just put up your hand button there on Zoom, then I'll know that you want to speak, and then we can give you the power to do audio. We can't do video, sadly, but you can totally ask an audio, which is awesome. Great way to connect. But whatever you're comfortable with, we will get your questions answered. So we have a great team here today. So I'm kind of just going to run through. So we're going to start with Mark Nantel, who is our Vice President of Research and Innovation. So I'm going to hand it over to him to start our round of introductions. So Mark, take it away.
First, unmute. That's the first rule. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here today. My name, is Mark Nantel, and I'm the VP of Research and External Relations. I want to welcome to our virtual spring open house. Welcome, thanks for being here. I'm glad you chose to come and check us out, especially this program and any other one in which you want to come into their sessions. We would normally have you on campus per se, but of course, things being what they are, we made for you this virtual campus open house experience. And you still have the opportunity to ask questions, explore the campus virtually, and find out more about what makes Niagara College a community. The great things about this virtual event is the ability to extend the invitation to those who are at further distance from Niagara College. So we have attendees here today from all over the world, and we welcome you all to Niagara College Experience. A distinct hallmark at Niagara College is that we offer experiential learning for a breadth of programs. They reflect key sectors in our region, in our province, and the broader global economy. So while many students have been learning remotely, we're still offering these live and hands-on experiential learning opportunities that makes NC so unique and gives you the skills that you need to achieve your dreams. In the past year, we've had thousands of students on campus coming in for labs, for experiential learning opportunities. So, and we certainly expect that in the fall to even go bigger. Our goal is to create a student-focused and inclusive learning community. We want to continuously keep you informed and connected while making these important decisions for your future, hence an event like today. And again, thank you for coming. So I encourage you to explore our event, participate, and ask as many questions as you want, and go to as many sessions as you feel you want to today, even for programs you're merely curious about. by all means, this is a great opportunity for you. So we look forward to sharing with you our NC DNA that sets us apart from other schools and makes Niagara College unique. So I'll turn it back over to Dana and our panel of experts who will take you through this session, and you'll see it'll be great. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark, for joining us. I'm gonna go to Fernando next from our international department. Fernando, do you just want to say a quick intro about yourself and for our guests here?
Sure, of course, I'd love to. So hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Fernando Gama. I'm the manager for the Americas and the Caribbean for the international division. So for international student recruitment and marketing, I'm the person that helps and that guides the students coming from the Americas and the Caribbean to join Niagara College. So it's a pleasure to be with you today. We'll answer, as Dana said, in the end, many questions that you have about the program specifically. But if you have any further questions about admissions and what to do, or, oh my God, I really want to talk to you, Fernando, so join us. We'll have later today that we actually have running right now, the Ask Me Anything international session. I'll send the link in the chat and you can join me later on so we can chat and talk further about the program.
Perfect, thank you. And then the rest of our team here is the Cannabis crew. I just started calling them that now. Hopefully they're cool with it. So we have Bill McDonald, who is a program coordinator. We have Dina Huntsberger, who is a current student. And then we have Sebastian Jacob, faculty member. So they're gonna get you guys ready for everything you need to know about this program. So we're so lucky to have each of you guys here today. So I'm sure you can all do an intro, but I'm going to throw it over to Bill to start, and then maybe we can go to Dina and Sebastian after that. So Bill, take it away.
Okay, so yeah, I'm the coordinator of the program, the commercial cannabis program. I've been teaching at Niagara College. The other night I looked, and 14 years. I started in the greenhouse program. And so teaching the greenhouse program, and then 2018, we started this very unique one of a kind program in Canada in the commercial cannabis program. Before that, I was a commercial grower I was mostly in the floriculture industry for 25 years. And starting in 2013, I started consulting in the cannabis industry. So that's a quick recap of myself. I teach the production science, fertilizers, and environmental controls in the program. So let's go to Dina next.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Yeah, as Dana introduced me, I'm a student in the commercial cannabis production program. I started in September, and I'll be finishing up in a few short weeks, which is quite something. I came from a clinical research background and also organic farming. So this program really appealed to me. I wanted to shift into the cannabis space. So this program's been really comprehensive and experiential as well, even during these pandemic times. So yeah, I'm happy to take any questions you might have.
All right, now I can take the next turn. I'm Sebastian Jacob. I've been in the industry, mostly in the IPM, integrated pest management industry for a private company for about 15 years, also doing research before that and for the company at the end. And I'm teaching in a college in the art greenhouse department as well as the commercial cannabis program right now. For me, it's all about the IPM, the pathology, and the bugs, so all the biocontrol and how to basically manage a commercial crop like any other commercial crop in a clean way of pest and disease. And there's many climate factor and environmental factors, and we do a lot of mini trials in class as well. So we have a lot of fun killing these plants and looking at the different symptoms.
Okay, so we're starting off. So little presentation on our program. Whoops, I think this is going automatically, Dana. Can we just go back to the first slide? But, oh, well, that's okay. So that the first slide, remember that in your head. That was Shelby from our second cohort. And there we go. Yeah, I think it's like when we went through before, I think it's got an automatic loop through. So hopefully we may have to go a little quicker. All right, let's go into this. Can we make that full screen? So here's a little peek inside the bunker, and you can see right away there's a little bio box on the cannabis plant. That's Sebastian's doing, a little sachet there. When you're growing cannabis, will this play, Dana? There we go. And so it's all about biological control, and that's critical in cannabis production, and that's what Sebastian teaches. I think we're running a little slow here, but so this is basically showing that we're in the bunker and we're actually growing. We're just going to try again. Whoops.
I'm just going to try to take that loop off again. It didn't
Okay.
save. So keep talking about whatever you want, and I'll get the presentation back up for you.
Yeah. So when we're showing the bunker there, it is unique. As far as I know, we're the only one in Canada where you go on campus and you're actually growing cannabis plants that a lot have online or one course. Not that I'm bashing my competitors, but it's just that we are extremely unique, and we just have a new container, 40-foot container strictly for research in cannabis. We're applying for a hemp license, and so that we can actually start growing hemp outdoors. Outdoor cannabis has been a really big part of the industry lately. So when you're on campus, you are truly working with the plants. And just so you know, starting in the fall, we're still, grappling with how we're going to be on campus in the fall. I envision it very similar to how we're running this winter, where we're on campus, we're in the bunker with extra health protocol. We were doing PPE when PPE wasn't cool, when no one even knew what PPE was. Because working in the industry, you have to wear your PPE. Now we have to wear face masks and face shields. And whereas some of the license holders of cannabis, they were always using face masks anyway. So you get the on-campus growing experience, even in COVID times, because we have the extra protocols. Okay, so there's Shelby from our second cohort. So here we are in the bunker, and there's the biological controls that Sebastian teaches, and that's how you have to control your pests. You're pretty much growing organically. And so that is actually in our bunker, and you can see our irrigation systems. And we'll go back. And so that's actually growing in our specialized environment. I don't know if you can see my pointer just in the back, it's run exactly like a license holder commercially, where you're on camera 24/7. We have all the security. So you really get to know what it's like to work at a license holder. Yeah, so it's a 1 year, 8-month postgraduate certificate. You do need a college diploma or university degree to get into the program. You don't necessarily have to have worked in the industry, and most haven't, but just some experience growing really would help with this program. So what we're really trying to do is train professional growers, and we've actually graduated a fair number of students who work in the QA. Quality assurance, and because that was lacking, that a lot of the quality assurance. The big thing, just to say, this is an industry governed by Health Canada. So when you're growing tomatoes or peppers, you're governed by CFIA, Canadian Food Inspection Agency. This is a level up. So you're growing a pharmaceutical. So it's very, very strict standards. So that's where teaching is the strict standards, and to get students that can work in the industry and actually know how to do it. Like, if you're interested in quality assurance, one of the big problems was most of the QA people came from the pharmaceutical side, and knew nothing about growing, and they just put in protocols that they knew from in the pharmaceutical, and it doesn't match when you're growing something in soil. So that's the sort of thing that we're teaching. Yeah, and we have the experience that like I came originally from the greenhouse technician program, and I saw how the cannabis program was completely transforming a lot of the greenhouse and growing industry. So it's okay, let's start training students for the cannabis industry. It's hands-on, and it has to be professional, because we're teaching you how to grow to very, very strict standards that when you get out in the industry, you have to track every leaf. It's seriously, it's and nothing can be just take a leaf off and throw it in the garbage. It has to be tracked, and you have to show Health Canada and CRA what happened to that leaf. So it's all of that, and the strict standards of what Sebastian teaches is if you have a problem with powdery mildew, you can't just come in and grab whatever fungicide you think will work. It only has to be what's regulated by Health Canada, and your toolbox is very, very small. So it's like, how do you grow in order not to have to use any sort of pesticide? So this was actually 1 year ago. It came up my Facebook feed 1 year ago when this landed in. So like I say, it's extraordinarily unique what we have. This is specially designed just for the cannabis students. We don't allow anybody else in there. We're a private club, and you have to have your little, as you know, if you get in this, you have to have your police check. So yeah, it's specifically designed for cannabis. We're not like, oh, we're growing cannabis now and then we'll grow basil later. 100% cannabis, 100% for the cannabis students. And next. And there's the new research bunker that just came in last month. And we are just at the moment getting it all retrofitted. The picture on the right is one of Sebastian's trials, and where he's doing a research project looking at different controls of root diseases. So and this is with industry, and working very, very closely with industry. So that's the sort of thing that we do. We're doing research in our present bunker, and now we have a whole new bunker that we're going to do research in. Yeah, so when you come in, it truly is. You're in a very high security, that it is 24/7 video. If something goes wrong, so if a door gets open when it shouldn't, I'm going to get a call right away. We keep video, motion detectors. You have to have your NC card and a PIN. I had to get RCMP security clearance to be called a responsible person. So you're learning what it's really like to work at a license holder of cannabis. That's what it looks like at night. And if you're just to the right of our compound, that's where our new research bunker is. So as I say, it's specifically designed strictly for cannabis and the cannabis program. Yeah. And so that's what I can haul up at my computer at home, and I can see exactly what's going on inside. Yeah, so that's how we started. That one box right there is where all of our cannabis clones came in. Sebastian and our technologist Lori were just having a discussion last night to get some new genetics in. We have a graduate who's the sales director for tissue culture cannabis operation in British Columbia, working with him to get some new genetics in. So just to renew some of the genetics, because some of what we're growing is not what all the license holders are growing, in order to keep current. And yeah, that was from Up Cannabis, which became Hexo, and they supplied us with our clones. And that's a real key for us, is working with the industry. In your second semester, every Friday, you're working at a license holder. That's your internship. So first semester, you're all on campus. Next semester, on Fridays, you're working at a license holder, and we place you at the license holder. Next. All right, if we just play this, this is when we're actually in the bunker. So there we are, looking at some of the flowers, checking out trichomes. And so just to show that, yeah, when we first started, there was lots of cameras in there, to show that you're actually working with the cannabis plants every time you're in the bunker. And next, we'll play this. We have 2 rooms at the moment. And we do a lot of propagation in order to know how to propagate. And this is the smaller of our rooms. And this in the second semester, where you do what's called a master grow, where the students actually grow their own plants and with a partner. And so, yeah, really trying to get you involved in growing. Next. Yeah, so full production and teaching. Next. We want to get back to this. We've had a lot of speakers in, and we've done some virtual speakers. We've had panels, and when COVID hit, that sort of took things sideways. The picture on the right, that's Alex Cooley. He is a real innovator in Washington State. He really worked with the governor and helped write the legislation to legalize recreational cannabis in Washington State. I met him at a conference once, and he came in. So we I got to emphasize, we really like to try to work with industry. COVID has put a bit of a brakes on that, but like I say, Sebastian's really working hard, working with industry on industry problems. Yeah, and on the left is David Hyde. He's sort of the guru of security, if you want to know anything about how to secure an operation. And now what he's starting to do is work internationally. That is where a lot of the cannabis industry and Canadian expertise is starting to go internationally. A lot of countries have seen that Canada did not cease to function as a country in October 2018, as some people thought. You're going to legalize cannabis and the country's going to cease. And guess what? It was a very smooth transition. So now countries are looking to Canada. I just had a call with the Chamber of Commerce of Quito, Ecuador this week, and wanting me to speak at a conference in May, because Ecuador is going towards legalization of cannabis. More hemp, 1% THC, but that's a real opportunity now, is that we're seen as the experts in the world. So now we're going to be going worldwide. Yeah, just a little overview. So when in your first semester, cannabis production science, I teach that, a lot about fertilizers and how you fertilize your crop and how plants work. Regulations, this is a Health Canada regulated industry. It's very important. So we have someone from the industry, Jennifer Macaron, who's actually CEO of a license holder, and she teaches that program. Sebastian does entomology and IPM. Cannabis Crop Methods 1, Scott Belton, who grows his own hemp and has worked at license holder, he teaches that. And I teach biology and evolution, so you really get to know what a cannabis plant is. And then get into second semester, plant pathology. Again, that's what Sebastian teaches. It's about how do you control your diseases in cannabis, and one of the big ones is powdery mildew, but you also have a lot of root diseases, and within Health Canada standards. Software applications, you have to, like I say, you have to track every bloody leaf. And so what software you have to use that? Introduction to analysis of cannabis. Scott Belton teaches that as well. And looking at a lot, he's doing some PCR work, partly on male and female and hemp. How do you do that? So you get to know some of the analytical methods. Production science 2, I teach that. And a lot I do, first off, is environmental control. Keep going back to a lot of this. You've got problems like powdery mildew and such. Okay, how do you control your environment? Crop Methods 2, Scott teaches that. And that's when you're actually doing your Master Grow project. And then license holder placement, that's what every Friday you actually work at license holder in you. Some people want to work in quality assurance, others want to work right in the crop. So that's when you get your placement in your second semester. I think that, oh no, I got a few more. Okay, so it's hands-on learning. Let's see, we'll get through this. I don't want to talk the whole time. We do tissue culture, so we get you doing different things. Next, so we've done some nutrient deficiency, and then of course we get to harvest. I love that picture on the right. That was our technologist originally, Michelle, and she's getting her nice bouquet of flowers. Yeah, so really think about this program. Students who have come through this have enjoyed it and are now working in the industry. Yeah, so deadline to accept is May 1st. This is all being recorded, so I want to stop talking. And please, 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 any question you have, so either put it in the chat, Q&A, or just open up your mic. That's how we run our program, that we just want you to, speak up. So any questions, please go.
And I think if you just raise your hand, then we'll know that we can unmute you if you want to go on audio and ask a question live.
If you don't, just put it in the chat.
Okay, Ben, go for it.
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm actually starting up on May 11th in the CCP program. Super excited to meet everyone. Been tracking the Instagram for the program, and I saw that you guys have the new research bunker just got built. I was wondering if you could speak to that just for a second. What's going on in there?
The research bunker is the extension that will be dedicated to research. What you have to understand is that we do a lot of hands-on learning and course-based projects as well. So you can do mini experiments with Bill and measuring photosynthesis on the plants live. That in itself is a mini trial for the labs. And we do a lot of those so you guys can understand a lot of different things by just measuring and really doing hands-on those mini experiments. So these are like lab experiments within the course themselves. And we also do with the research innovation department what we call a course-based project. So this is where a research with a partner from the industry, one of the examples I'm running right now, a root aphid project that is from a partner that has a pesticide control product that is registered, but not registered in a way to control these yet. And so we partner with them and we do a pure research trial, but we do it within a course base of the program itself. So the students are involved doing the research. So we do a lot of those as well. The research bunker extension, it will be strictly for research. We can do collaboration research where we can hire 1 or 2 students as technicians to run these trials, or we can do course-based project if the setup is right and the time is right with the partners, or we can do strict funded research with partners, and then it's only people that are hired to do this from the industry itself. So a few students may or may not be involved, but you are involved indirectly. Dina right now is also our technician assistant, as an example. So she's hired a few hours a week to help our main technician, Laurie. And she's also helping me on one of the trials that we're doing with partners right now as well. So it's how we
just want to add that if you're starting in May, we don't expect to have that research bunker license till September. Just want to make sure you don't ride May. I'm going to work in it. Everything else is up and running. Health Canada, it takes time. So I'm expecting we'll be in there September. So in your second semester, we'll likely have some research projects running in there.
So does that answer your question then, or?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's super exciting.
All right. So yeah, the research bunker will be operational starting in about a month or so. But by the time it's operational, the government has then to come and do the final inspection to open the permits and the paperwork, right? So we would be allowed to grow this summer in that research bunker if we don't grow cannabis. If we grow something else, we could do research on something else, but not on cannabis just yet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
And we've got Carly next.
Hi there. I was just wondering if you could talk more to the like employment opportunities post-graduation.
Sure. I'll talk a bit, then I'll let Dina talk. So what really helps is your internship in the second semester, that you're working at a license holder. And what we find most of the times is that students take employment with who they're doing their internship with. And a lot have done that. And so they're in the industry. What I'm finding quite a few, if you're interested in quality assurance, a fair number of students like that and doing the quality assurance. Some are growers. And so it really, it is the sort of thing that you work with your license holder, you show that you've got ambition and want to really achieve. And it's an industry where you're growing a plant and those plants don't respect 9 to 5 or Monday to Friday. So if you're ambitious and really show that you're willing to put in the hours, there's employment there. It has been a bit of an upheaval in the industry, but that's where we really find the employment is from your internship. You want to speak anything to that, Dina?
Yeah, definitely. As Bill says, the opportunity to have the placement in winter term at a license holder is so invaluable. So you really get to sort of see the scale and the operations of growing cannabis at that level. The other thing I would recommend, and something I've been doing for the last year, is just I've signed up on Indeed for job notices for cannabis, right? And I can just say, like, there's loads and loads of employment opportunities out there, especially in quality assurance. That seems to be an area that, if you're interested in that area, there could be lots of opportunity for you there. But even beyond that, there just are a lot of jobs in the space. And so I would just say, do your research and think critically about, where you want to focus. The great thing about this program is it is so comprehensive. You're getting production experience, you're learning about plant biology and pathology, you're learning about regulations, you're learning about software. I'm quite sure there's no other program available that gives you this extensive and thorough of experience with cannabis production, and also in a manageable time frame of 8 months, right? So I was able to, set myself up so that I could immerse myself in the program for the 8 months and be well provisioned to get out working in the cannabis space when I graduate. So.
Excellent, thanks. Does that answer it, Carly?
Yes, thank you so much.
I can add to that quickly for Carly that, as Dina said, every time you think you want to work in one of the field of the industry, but as you follow courses during the program, you realize and you open different doors that you didn't thought of. We have ex-grad students right now that are directors of sales of SIGRA, as Bill mentioned earlier. He showed pictures of Elizabeth that is currently working in a research department for a big LP around in Ontario as well. They just actually published a paper released this week. We have other people working for LP along with Jennifer, that is one of the teacher at one LP around here as well in the QA department for them. So others will simply be growing, others will be management team instead. So there's different opportunities, and I would say the sky's the limit. If you look in different countries, there's also different jobs at different countries at different levels as well. So it's not that you place the first job and you're going to stay there forever. You can move on from there and expand your territories as well. So to go back with the club, we're not a club mile high, but the sky's the limit.
Okay, we've got a question in the Q&A box. And it is, will the landscaping diploma help me get accepted into this program?
It will. Yeah, we have had people from having a landscape diploma from other colleges get in. If you haven't taken one yet, I'd recommend the greenhouse or horticulture program over the landscape. But yeah, we have had people in landscape accepted into the cannabis program. Are you currently in the landscape program, or you think you're going into it? Okay. I'm currently, grade 11. Okay. Applying for the co-op hort program. Okay. Do you guys have any other tips? I would actually recommend the greenhouse program for the cannabis program. That I'd say it aligns the best with our program. Yeah. So we've got, okay. I'm answering two. So there's LAM. So will landscaping diploma help me get accepted? Yes, but I would recommend the greenhouse program at Niagara College. I think I've answered two there.
Yeah, I think you answered them both.
But did I answer them well?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, this is one of our most competitive programs, so we get it, guys. But yeah, we have Lamb who graduated, and then Jordan who was planning to apply to horticulture. Yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna mark that answered.
Maybe I can add to this, Bill, to answer the same two questions is if you come from, because I'm teaching in the horticulture department as well, which is the first year of horticulture program, landscape and greenhouse, or basically a common ground for everybody. And the second year branches off in greenhouse only, or you stay in hort and so on and so forth. It's on the plant science aspect and how the physiology and the chemistry of the plant grows and how the EC and pH goes and all the Bill's courses on the root zone and the rhizosphere that in horticulture, you see more of this already. You have like two plant science course and two greenhouse production course. If you follow the greenhouse program, you go more deeper in those aspects. So if you see it as a stairway case, if you do the horticulture program, it may be a bigger step to go in the commercial cannabis program. If you do the greenhouse program, it's a smaller step. It's the same. If you know how to grow tomatoes, you know how to grow cannabis on the science aspect of things. So if you see it this way, it's all the avenue and the routes are possible. If you're good on these plant science of growing aspect of things in these classes, you will have no issues. It may be a bigger step for others. So it depends on your background as well, right?
Yeah, I just see in the chat that Lam and Mateo both graduated from landscape technician. So yeah, I'd still apply. Just when you're doing your cover letter, resume and that, do it professionally. I'm not the one that goes over. It's our associate dean that actually looks at them. And it's how you present yourself that here, this is why I'm interested. And, you know, get some help, get some, like even like Niagara College has resources, or wherever you graduate from, send your resume or cover letter to them and have them go over it. Because originally I was going over some of them, and I'll give you an example. Someone would say, oh, I'm very capable with Microsoft and all technology, and then they'd send their cover letter, resume, and such in 3 separate emails. It's like, can't you put it into one document? Just things like that. Just show that you're professional. We've had people come in who are mechanical engineers, and so they don't know anything about plants. So we actually had to teach them about plants, but they're excellent students, because what we want, and you can show that we're open, we're eager, and willing to learn. That's, I'd say, number one.
Okay, so still have some time for questions. So once again, if you want to ask or talk with audio, just raise your hand and we'll give you access, or you can keep going in the chat or Q&A box. But yeah, This is your chance, guys.
Anything. Ask how old Dean is.
If you want to know,
You're terrible. I don't think I'm the oldest one in the program, but I will just speak to that. It's a very diverse group of us. And that's, even though, some of our courses are being delivered online, but as Bill said, we're in the lab a lot as well, working hands-on. And our lab sections are very small, like 7 or 8 of us. So you do get to know your lab mates at least. And it appears that for the fall, there may be more opportunity now to actually have the coursework delivered in a lecture hall where our professors can see our faces and we can have more interaction that way. So yeah, I really do enjoy the diverse backgrounds that of the people I've met in my program.
And
Excellent.
I think, oh, Ben, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask about class size, but then you guys covered that. So thanks.
Yeah, because the max class size in the bunker is 8, and if we get back in the lecture, which I really hope we do, if everybody's together, the max is 24. Starting it with your cohort, Ben, you've got a fairly small cohort, 8 to 10 are going to be starting, and the college says they want more. I like it. It's nice to have, because we get to know our students better. So the max we ever have is 24, but starting in May, I think it's just 8 to 10 students so far. So yeah, and especially we made sure that in those labs is max 8.
Okay, thank you.
I was just going to add one thing to that as well, and back to kind of Carly's point about employment. I guess another aspect to this program is our access to quite a depth of industry experience with our professors, and also the connections and the networking with our fellow classmates. Like I did say, there is a lot of employment opportunities, and there is because it's like a new industry, we're sort of creating it together, as students, as people seeking jobs in that space, and as license holders and license producers are finding their way as well, and this industry is growing. It's pretty dynamic, and there's just lots of opportunities. So outside of just the learning, about the plant, I think it's also those connections as well. So I encourage you to participate and to attend. We've had lots of opportunities to attend conferences as students, online conferences and various things like that. So there's a lot to take advantage of. So so do that. That would be my advice to you there.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Ethan left some kudos to you guys.
All right.
Thank you, Ethan.
So Ethan, are you accepted in September, or are you applying for September? Ah, excellent. All right, we'll see you in September. Sounds like a 50 song.
Okay, so I think with that, we'll wrap up. Last chance to get a question there for anyone who's looking, but please make sure you do take advantage of all the other things that are going on today. So if you have questions about, financial aid or student services, health and wellness, or anything like that, there's all these live sessions going on all day. So if you just go to the Niagara College website, I think it's popping up there. There's also a live chat. So anything that's not like program related, you can get it answered, but please do reach out if you need anything else. We are a nice small, this program has a nice small class size, like Bill was saying, but Niagara College as a whole, we're a smaller college and like a little family. So we would love to help you in anything you're trying to do. So please take advantage and reach out. But since I don't see we have any other questions, I think we'll wrap up.
Sebastian and I put our emails in the chat.
Perfect.
So reach out to us. Any questions?
Thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who came today and spent time with us on a weekend. We are very impressed. Hope to see some of you in September. We got a May start and beyond. And I just want to say thank you so much to Dina, Bill, Sebastian, and Fernando for coming out and sharing your knowledge. So thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great day. We've got the emails in there if you need to reach out. And that's it, guys.
Thanks, Dana. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great
Thanks,
day,
Dina.
guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
In September or the spring.